I'm Mr. Jesus, and welcome back to my Read Aloud channel. Today, I have a very informative book to read to you. The book is called Fly Guy Presents Why Fly Guy? A Big Question and Answer Book by Ted Arnold. This book answers a lot of questions about different topics. So it's a nonfiction book with a lot of information, and the topics are about answers questions about our body, animals, nature, space, and just different things. I like it. Let's begin. Why do my feet smell? Bacteria are tiny creatures that live on the skin all over your body. Bacteria feed on your sweat, creating a stinky odor. The smell of sweat is worse on your feet because shoes trap the stink. If you wear the same shoes every day, your shoes don't have a chance to air out, and that makes stinky feet even smellier. All right, let's go to the next one. Why do my teeth fall out? Your teeth, there's an x-ray of a child's mouth. Your teeth fall out to make room for more teeth. Kids have fewer teeth than adults because you have smaller heads and mouths than adults. Little kids have 20 primary teeth. Primary teeth are also called milk teeth or baby teeth. As you grow, bigger teeth push these smaller teeth up and out. Most adults have 32 teeth. If you lose an adult tooth, a new one won't replace it. It's a nice smile. All right, let's go to the next question. Why do my ears make wax? Special sweat glands in your ears make sticky earwax. This shiny stuff keeps your ears clean and healthy. It traps dust and germs to keep them from getting inside your body. Earwax can be dry and white or wet and yellowish brown. Ooh. Let's go to the next question. Why do I sneeze? You sneeze to keep stuff out of your body. When dust, dirt, and germs get in your nose, your brain tells your body to get rid of them. When you sneeze, air rushes out of your lungs. The air flies out of your nose and mouth, taking the dust and germs with it. I never hear Fly Guy sneeze. I wonder why. Sneeze! All right, next question. Why do I burp? When you eat or drink, you swallow extra air along with your sandwich or juice. Air is made of gases like nitrogen and oxygen. When there is too much gas in your stomach, it gets pushed back up. Burp. Fizzy drinks make you burp more than water, milk, or juice. This is because a gas called carbon dioxide was added to them. More gas means more burps. Oh, look at this one. Why do I fart? Sometimes the extra air you swallow eating and drinking doesn't go back up in a burp. Instead, it goes out the back end as a fart. Bacteria in your stomach breaks down food to make gas. There are also chemicals in your stomach that make more gas. Extra gas gets pushed out in farts. Okay, next question. Why do skunks stink? Skunks don't always smell bad, but if another animal comes close and a skunk gets scared, it will squirt out an oily spray from glands under its tail. This spray smells awful. The smell usually scares away any animal that was thinking of eating the skunk for lunch. All right, next question. Why don't polar bears get cold? Polar bears are different from other bears. They live in a cold climate, but they don't hibernate. Instead, they spend the winter eating. Their bodies have a special ability to turn food into heat energy, which keeps them warm. Polar bears also have a thick layer of fat called blubber. Their fat is topped with a coat of fur that helps them stay toasty warm. Polar bears. All right, next one is, let's see. Why do jellyfish sting? I've been stung by one and it hurts. Jellyfish sting to defend themselves. They also sting to catch their dinner. Each jellyfish tentacle is covered in tiny threads that shoot poison into the jellyfish's prey. The poison can make it hard for the other animals to move. This means the jellyfish can chow down. Aliens. Oh my god. Jellyfish do kind of look like aliens, but they're not. And a group of jellyfish is called a bloom or a smack. Okay, next question. Why do whales have blowholes? A whale's blowhole is its nose. It lets the whale breathe. Some people think whales blow seawater out of their blowholes, but this isn't true. When a whale breathes warm air out, it meets cold air above the water and changes to steam. This steam is full of whale mucus, not water. Whoa. Scientists collect and study whale snot using special flying robots called snotbots. Oh my god, that's a snotbox. And that's the blowhole. Oh, you don't want to fly there. You're going to get covered in mucus. All right, next question. Here we go. Why does it rain? When the sun warms water in lakes, rivers, and oceans on Earth, the water turns from a liquid to a gas. Then it rises into the air, forming clouds. As the air gets cooler, the water changes from a gas back to a liquid or a solid. It can fall to Earth as rain, hail, or snow. This is called the water cycle. Evaporates, they become clouds, and then precipitation, which means it comes back down with rain. Raindrops aren't shaped like tears. As a raindrop falls, the top remains curved while the bottom flattens out like the top of a hamburger bun. Huh, I didn't know that. Next one. Why does thunder follow lightning? Lightning is a giant electric spark. It is hotter than the sun. When lightning strikes, the air gets hot so quickly that it makes sound waves vibrate. This creates a boom of thunder. You often don't hear thunder until a few seconds after lightning. This is because sound moves slower than light. The closer you are to the lightning, the sooner you'll hear the thunder. Okay. Next one. Why does the moon only come out at night? It doesn't. The moon reflects the bright light of the sun. It doesn't make any of its own light. Sometimes the moon is overhead, but the sun is so bright we cannot see it. It's easiest to see the moon at night because the sky is dark. All right. Next question. Why does soap make bubbles? When you wash your hands, soap mixes with water. This mixture forms a thin film of soapy water. The film catches and holds pockets of air, creating bubbles. Tastes nasty. Don't taste it. Okay, 2 more questions. Why do balloons float? Different gases have different weights. The air around us is made mostly of 2 gases, nitrogen and oxygen. You can blow air into balloons to fill them up. Those balloons do not float because the air inside them matches the outside air. But if you fill balloons with helium, a gas that is lighter than nitrogen and oxygen, they will rise up higher than the air around them. Oh, look at this. And the last question that we're going to read. Why is the White House white? The White House was built, let's see the whole White House there. The White House was built in 1800 from a type of rock called sandstone. The original builders painted the building to protect the sandstone from getting worn down. They probably chose white to match the color of the stone. For many years, people called the president's home the White House, but the name didn't become official until 1901 when President Theodore Roosevelt added it to his stationery. It takes 570 gallons of paint to cover the outside of the building. That's a lot of paint. Okay, well, that was the last question. I hope you learned a lot with all these different facts and are filled with information. Thank you for listening. Adios, ciao, arrivederci.